Hello, good morning and good evening. This is Kiran from H3 apiautomation channel. Today, I'm going to give a technical topic which comes from the trends objective. Before getting into this particular session, I just gave a overview on the channel and my stories. So that whoever is not subscribed or not aware of my channel, they can get an idea what, exactly it talks about. Let me quickly switch over to the my blog, which is on the Medium platform. Before getting into that one, so this is the quick overview on the channels that I have. This have started with a few months back with certain objectives. Basically, tools, solutions, and technologies. So this category, which covers mainly the updates which are already existing on the ground and have been using across various engagements. And this is purely based on my records. So it is focused mainly on the updates or latest the features and advanced features that are being added across the tools and solutions and the frameworks that we have been using in the engagements. And this category mainly the focusing on supporting the workspace. This will come based out of my experience, so that if I have certain topics already, I have published 4 topics around this particular category, and well, I'm moving forward if anything is required based on my analysis, and definitely I'm going to publish on the short story or articles on that one. This is the purely based on the management the strategies at a bigger view perspective. So considering the the latest the trends and how best we can strategize when we move forward, aligning with the market trends. So based on my experience, I'm going to publish the relevant the stories, articles which comes out of this particular objective. So basically, this is based on my thoughts, how it would be in future. So those kind of things I'm going to present. And the last one is, it is mainly focused on the trends, okay, the advancements on the technologies. So how it can be useful to our relevant field, and how on which phase it is going to be integrated with our area. So that I'm going to uh, um, publish the stories or the articles based on my analysis. It's not that only just giving uh, getting the information from somewhere and publishing. No, that is not my intention. So I'm going to do a thorough analysis, and I'll give down my view. So you may take it, if it is really suit to your needs. Okay, so let me switch over to the my blog and my channel, and then I'll start with the topic. So this is the one on Medium, the blogging platform. So I have given so far around 11 stories on this one, which spread across mm, empowering the workforce, trends, and tools and technology. The last the story I have given is about accessibility evolution approach. I think subsequent story in a mobile web, that is the pending. I think in the coming 2 weeks I'm going to publish a story on that one. The story today that I'm going to publish is which is relevant to the this particular area. Okay, if you see always my stories are linked So I'm going to mention in every story what is going to become in the next. So in this particular story, I have mentioned I'm going to publish a few AI assistants which are relevant to the field and which are getting revolutionized as per the trends and how that can be useful for the relevant automation or testing or some other the strategies field. So keeping that in view, so today I'm coming up with one AI assistant, so which aptly suits our field, and definitely it is useful to the whoever is working on web services automation side. Okay, so like that I know I'm chaining the stories which I have published so that you'll have interconnect so that you can easily understand what I'm going to give and what I'm going to achieve. Okay, this is about my channel, and when coming to the YouTube side, if you go to the youtube.com at by automation, then you will be land on my channel page and you'll see the videos for here. Okay, and if you go to the podcasts, you will see uh, the the sessions which are useful for the beginners who are really wanted to start the automation journey. Okay, so it's a continuous journey for to me. I'm going to publish whichever is the relevant and useful in our day-to-day life. Okay, so if at all if you have not subscribed, you can subscribe it, or you can suggest to your group as well. And without further delay, let me switch over to the today's topic. So the topic that I'm going to bring the today is about a Postbot, which is a integral component of the Postman. Postman is mainly used for API development and API test automation. I think you might have some idea on this one. If you have not, and I'm going to publish separate courses for the basics and to start with skills development and to start with how best we can use Postbot in the API script development. Okay, now plenty courses are available. So if you're not aware, you can just get through one short session in the YouTube, and you can switch over to the this particular session. So based on my research, I found out what are the ASN that can be useful, relevant to our field. I don't want to, keep any kind of hype or any kind of thing which are not relevant to us. So I'm trying to pick the assistant which is really useful to us, so that down the line, once it gets into the a matured version, it is useful to us. Okay, as of today, it has its own features and it has its journey. So I feel that one it may be useful. That's why I picked up this particular assistant, and how best we can use. So what is the concept behind? I'm going to give you overview on that one. Okay. So moving ahead. So basically, this is the AI assistant that I'm going to talk about, the Postbot, which is an integral component of Postman. Postman is the platform for API development, documentation, and API testing. Okay, testing as well as test automation, API test automation. So this is my program today, and any session I just come up with clear and concise the program, so that you are aware what I'm going to talk about, and you can connect the dots. Okay. So the first component that I have is AI assistant. So I'll give you overview on that one. What is the concept behind? I think in in the world, there are many topics and many sessions or organizations, the trainings going on. So if you have gone through, then you can easily understand. Okay, and also in future, based on the audience request, I may publish the theoretical part on this Gen AI. Okay, so now the next component is Postbot. So what exactly it is and introduction, and I'll give quick overview on the implementation because it has limitations in the license side, and so because I have to do more work on this one, that's why I'm limiting the tokens for this one, so that I'll not get into the pricing model. Okay, so the next part, next component is augment. Okay, today we have this one, how we can use this particular assistant, and how best we can adapt and amplify our productivity. So that I'm going to give overview. And the fourth component is the probability. So here I'm going to give my perception and what would be the value adds by having this particular component. Okay, so based on my analysis, I'll give few points so that in your journey you may have to do kind of analysis, and you can project the benefits that you are going to achieve end of the engagement, so that management can easily understand, and they can connect. So what we are going to talk and what we are going to achieve. Okay, so these are the four components that I'm going to the present today. So let's move ahead. The first component that I'm going to talk about is AI assistant. Okay, so here basically this is the first phase that we are talking about. So I think you might have heard about the ChatGPT, which is originated by the OpenAI and then funded by the Microsoft. So let's talk about the OpenAI. They have released the 3 years, 2 years back, ChatGPT versions, and it's a kind of uh, chart-based AI model, where it will take the inputs from the user, and it will give the response based on the inputs that we have given. Okay, that is the base algorithm that is given by the OpenAI. That is, they did open source it, and then later on that will be using for the various commercial purposes as well. But the core algorithm that they have provided open source. So that mainly depends on the large language models, where it will take the a number of it process the numerous data, and it will come up with certain output based on the inputs that we have given. So basically what it is so we have human has a certain kind of intelligence, but here we have to make a machine to be intelligent. In order to do that one, we have to process a huge amount of our data, huge amount of the process that we have to, then only we can come to a conclusion that it is generating a output that is in line with the human uh, is providing specific to that particular input. So basically, it will employ this particular model. GenAI is one of the model out of the area, AI landscape. Okay, that employs large language the models. Okay, and it processes and generates output based on the inputs in the natural language, totally in the natural language format. Yeah, I'm going to give you a quick demo so that you will understand what I'm talking about. So here is, we are working on the Postman platform. So we are giving the inputs according to the Postman only. So it has to generate the output as per the Postman only. In order to do that one, it has to take Postman data sets. So this kind of the training is on the Postman data sets, and this will be evaluated and this will be trained, multiple times, and then they'll come up with a one standardized model specific to the Postman. So for, in this case, Postman has released Postbot, which was trained. Basically, it comes with a GenAI core concept, and it was trained on the Postman data sets, so that it will be useful to our threads. Okay. For example, if I'm asking you to create one test, it will create, because I'm asking the based on the Postman, and it will create the test. Okay, so that's it. Is suppose I have a different model. I am giving the one particular test. It has to generate the images. So in order to generate images, we have to train that model in such a way that it will generate close to what is the expected, right? So this kind of process in the AI world, there are the new roles have been opened. Okay, so the persons who knows, we call it as a AI engineer, who knows in and out of the AI algorithms, and who knows the what is the context they are going to build up, and what is the purpose they are going to work. And based on that one, they have to train the model, and they have to take the appropriate train data sets, so that the model can be tuned and will be ready to when we are providing the production data. Okay, so this is a concept, and a lot of processes being involved, so in order to have this one. So in my story earlier, I have told two roles. One is creator, second one is the executor. So here I'm learning on the executor role, and I'm using this one, and I'm totally least bothered about how it is being trained and what are the data sets it is being trained. But what is the model, if you know, that will be useful when you are playing with this particular Postbot, because there are multiple the models are there. If you know, you can generate better output from this particular assistant. Okay, so that's overall this particular Postbot. See, Postman, we have a, so far, the Postman is the taking the API request and generating, sending the request and getting the response and giving the result. That is about the Postman. Or else, in the development point of view, Postman can be used for the development of the APIs, or some other purposes as well. But here we are adding the new component which supports the regular um, the functionality that is being done by the Postman. Okay, suppose for example, you are creating the test that you are taking the 4 hours, but using this one, you may be in a position to generate the particular intended test in a 2 hours of time. So because you are taking the one particular assistant help and you are completing the scripts. Okay, so those are all prompt based. Those are all in the natural language format here, and uh, if you are giving the good input, it will give the good results. If you are giving the bad input, it will give the bad results. So whenever we are working with any of the AI assistant, it is good to understand what are the techniques behind that one, and how we can better use this particular assistant for our need. So that we should understand. Okay, Not only this particular this one, if you go to the even for chart gpt or some other instant, if you take it, so there are the commercial vendors are coming up with various the instances in the format of copilot. So if you know the techniques to handle the copilot or techniques to handle this, and then you can generate quick, effective, and better results than earlier. Okay, so that's the purpose of having AI assistant in the platform or the tool that you are working on or that you are targeting for. So here, this is the core area where that we are going to focus. These are the two phases that vendors are, suppose you are the one, you are going to create a the bot to the general audience, then you need to work on these two parts, components extensively. Okay, so this is the quick overview of the AI assistant. Okay, let's move it. Okay, let's talk about the Postman. See, this one, this part. I am talking about only in the testing view. Okay, if you talk about development or some other, there are a number of the features are available. But I'm the focusing on the testing point of view. So far, it supports all these things. Build workspaces and collections, variables, API requests, build scripts, execute API, execute API scripts, presence results, and also it has uh, components to integrate with the CLI executions and CI/CD integrations, where your DevOps pipeline coming into picture, and then documentation as well. Now we are adding the one more component. So far, we are generating these states. For example, this execute or build scripts. Okay, these build scripts, we are manually we are creating. Okay, so far we are ensuring that whoever is working on the Postman, they should know JavaScript so that they can able to create the test. Okay, that is the current scenario as on today that we are. But they have introduced a Postbot, I think a year back. Okay, and slowly they are adding the features, and it is a kind of a assistant which supports the scripts development and take the input in the natural language from the format in the prompt based. Okay, like how you work with the GitHub Copilot or ChatGPT by having the prompts. Okay, so base similar concept, similar model have been used here. That's why we are generating the prompt based test generation. I'm going to show that one, and auto test generation for the response. Okay, so you have the responses available. Based on that response, we will generate the test, and then code fixes. It is not only generate the tests, predefined tests, or whatever the test we want. It also learn the particular code and it will fix that. Okay, and then API documentation automatically it will generate. Suppose if you are giving the, you do not have anything, suppose you have only just the API URL and endpoint is there and certain parameters are there, nowhere it is listed. Suppose you wanted to have the documentation so that you can maintain it in the your documentation, so instead of writing manually, it automatically creates. And then they have added one more the feature called response visualization. So suppose you have a huge set of data is there, you wanted to see in the graphical format or bar chart, that also you can get it. So I'll show you, this one how it will be. So, and here is the key point that I'm going to highlight over here. Okay, so here I'm going to highlight here the traditional model that we have, we have, the design, develop, execution, and maintenance. This is the phase that we have, and each phase has its own, the activities, but where this particular model as on today is supporting. Okay, so here we have in the development phase, we have build scripts, tests, assertions, code fixes, and the collection readiness. That means you have completed the dry run and you are saying that one it is ready for the regression. Okay, and then run collection. This is the execution phase, and maintenance. Suppose your first release is completed, and then you are adding the new features. So in that one, that will comes under a maintenance phase where you have to update existing or you to add new things, those things. So here, whatever the text in the this particular blue color, that will be assisted by the postbot. Okay, so this is the traditional model where we have designed, developed, execution, maintenance. And in these two areas where we are using the postbat and we are moving in a amplified phase where we are generating the more scripts as compared to the earlier. That's why we call it as the augmented. Okay, augmented. And then here basic test generation using the predefined prompts, test generated from the user prompts as the inputs, and the specifications generated from the user the prompts as inputs, because you are giving the just text in your natural language format. You don't need to create any the scripts. Okay, automatically it will generate. I'm going to show that. Okay, sorry. So let me switch over to the the implementation so that you can connect what I'm the talking about. Here I have the Postman in mm, web. You can install the Postman desktop client as well. So whatever the collection that you have, you need to log in with the same user so that whatever the collection you have, that will be appear in the desktop as well. Okay, desktop version. But the web version, that you are going to work, uh, right? So you should be installed the desktop agent as well. Then only you can able to execute and you can able to see this particular button is enabled. So here I have one API. This is the Postman API. Okay, I'm just giving you so that you can easily understand what I'm talking. Only this is the one simple example API from the Postman side, and it will give the a list of jobs, and you can query what is the single job, based on the ID, and also based on the query, based on the location. These are the query parameters. One is specific keyword search, location, and country. Okay, so here I'm going to demo two things. One is um, get jobs and get jobs by ID. Okay, let's start now. Okay, here add request I'm doing here. Get jobs. Okay, so here I have already created and I'll copy that one. So here. So usually we have this one. I'm not creating any headers or anything by default. The headers are being created. Okay. So headers are like that supports the your request. Okay. For example, what kind of format it is, and uh, what are the accept and agent and etc. which supports the your request. Okay. Sometimes you may have to give certain additional information while you are sending your request. In such case, this particular headers are useful. Okay. Authorization. Suppose you have you're accessing the third party API, then you should have authentication. So username and password, that will be a translated to a encrypted format, and then you have to use. There is a different. So I'm not using those kind of things in this particular API. Very straightforward API, and I have given the request over here, and I have executed, and you can see the response below. See here. Okay, this is the, as on today, we are doing this one. Okay, in any of the web services automation or API, first they will establish these requests. Okay, and then see whether it is being triggered or not. By having the trigger, what we are understanding is, yes, whatever the API, this particular URL we have provided, and that resource endpoint that we have provided is correct, and it is generating, it is hitting the server and getting the response. So now, so but having this one, it will not solve. We have to have assertions. We have to have some the validations needs to be the included. That is possible only by having the script. And once you are having the script, that can be useful when you are running this particular scripts. You can integrate those scripts into the pipeline as well. Okay, so now we have the scripts tab is for here doesn't have anything. Okay, now I'm launching this particular postbot. Here is the postbot. You can launch this one. See here, I have told about add test. These are the predefined prompts. This one. Okay, test for response, visualize response, and save a field, and that can be useful for your further scripting. Okay, add documentation here. Now let's first start with this one. Add test to this script, this request. There are default tests that is being added. See here, automatically the test is being added. First thing is response code. 200 means whether the request is success or not. That will give. Okay. So, and also just additional. Okay, they have given this some 200 milliseconds between. This is the by default test. If you want, you can keep it, or you can delete this test. Okay. And then one, validate the response schema for required fields. Schema fields means what kind of format it is this particular field. Okay, so here, so have the id title, URL, and this one. So it is checking that one. And so here, if you understand, pm.test means this is the test name, and this is the JavaScript. The first argument is the test name. The second is what is the function that it is going to generate. Okay, this is the one. So it has created this one. Now what I will do is I will I will ask this Postbot to, hey, generate, validate uh, the company for all the records. What is the prompt? I have already noted this one. Just a simple natural language you can give it. So here, add test to the write a test to the validate. The company field value should be string for all records. Okay, because get jobs means hard, right? So I'm just giving this here. The company field value should be string for all records, and response data for each. See here, for each record it is taking. It is not taking for single. If for each, it will take that one. So automatically it is created. See how it is, how easy that one. So now the next the prompt here I have is, for example, yeah, this one is should be string, and the next one is postman I want. Okay, this one. Here I want the company field value should be string. Okay. The next prompt I am giving you is this one. Since I have already noted that prompt, that's why I am directly using over here. Here. Company field value should be postman for all records. And here it is giving the this one and two equal this one. Okay. Now the next prompt what I will do is, hey, create a generate a console log. Just you can just put. Okay. Very good. You see here console log number of records in the response pm.response JSON. This one. So here it will show upon this one. So you can close it. You can the length it will be displayed. So here. So this is the script that we have. Okay. So it is duplicate. It is generating. There is a something that we have to check that one. But the test is being added. Anything you don't want, you can the remove the test. Only required one you can keep it. Okay. Now how that will be this will be run. So in order to run this one, we need to add it to the runner. Okay. I have a runner over here. I'll create one runner here. So history, I'm just dropping over here. This one. See, now I have added. Now what I will do is run Postman job. Oh, always we need to ensure that one. We have to save that one. Then only it can able to take that runner. Otherwise, any changes that you have made it right, then only it will be able to take it. Otherwise, it will throw error. Okay, let me do. See, now it has executed. Okay, suppose if it is a fail, it will give the okay response time is less than 200. The assertion error expected 237 and to be below 200, but it has received the 237. That's why this one. See, generally we are not. There is a certain standards for performance. So for our the functional we don't need. We can remove this test as well. And in this particular test, what we have given is right. So console log, where you will see that console log here in this one. If you go over here, you will see this is your number of records in the response 24. Okay. So this is how we can generate the quickly see how I know the JavaScript 4 years back, but times to take refresh for me. Refresh. Suppose if you don't know anything and we are starting first time the postman, and we need the scripts to be generated. This is how we can take the help of the postbot, and we can keep ready. Okay, there is a chain process, systematic process will be there. That is a different story. But to understand postbot, how it will be, so here we have completed the design of the request. If you see the completed the design of the request, corresponding test scripts also we have completed. That means 70 to 80% of the job we have already completed within a few seconds. Okay, and then based on your validations, your API validations, you can the put more number. Since it is a trial version, I cannot use many prompts, because it will seek in the behind number of tokens each. It will be, this particular prompt will be divided into the tokens. Words will be divided, that will be tagged to your tokens, and that will be taken to the process. So for a trial version, for based on their models, they will see how this particular user is, so far how many the tokens he has consumed. If it is reaching the limit, then it will stop the trial. It will prompt you for the pricing model. Okay, so suppose if you are engaging in the corporate assignments, and you have a postman tool, then you can explore and take the experience and get the experience. So it's a good opportunity. So you can use that component. Okay, so this is one. I'll show you one more the test. The second test is, since I have a workspace I already created, collection I already created, only folder I already created. I'll take one more the job ID. Okay, add request, and I'll name it as a by job ID. Okay, so I have already one request for here. I'll check. This is the designing the request. Once you're designing everything, once you put it right, so you have to ensure that one. Okay, this is working fine. It is able to. If there is any errors in the headers, or in the parameters, or in the URL, or in the endpoint, it will the prompts an error. For example, this is the one. The moment when you create it, you have to save it for every change. Otherwise, it will not appear in your runner collection. Okay. Now I'm going to this one. Here, what I will do is, so I will not create any the test by default. I'll just, okay, I'll write a prompt. Here to have status 200. Okay, response code. Now what I will do is, so see here. Of course, it is duplicate generating. I need to check that on why it is generating duplicate in the user-based prompt. But here, actual the core validation here. See, so it has generated the one variable, and equal to whatever I have given is here. This one is it is. Okay. And if I put the value is, it will fail you. For example, I will show you now. Pause. Okay. I'm saving this one. I'm going to the request the postman here. Okay. Okay. Separately and this one. Okay. I'm not running this one. Only I will run this one. And let's see. See here. Now it is response okay twice. It is shown this one. Now what I will do is I'll go over here. Might be a I'll change this one. Intentionally I'm failing this one. Okay. I'm saving this one. And then I'm going to the this postman jobs. Again I'm running again I'm saying. So it will fail. See here assertion error expected so and so, but to equal I'm giving this one. Now what I have to do is, so there is another feature how to fix this one. Okay, what it does is the moment when I fix this one, it will take the previous the result and it will analyze where the result is, where the test is failed. It will go to the test and it will fix that one. See here, I'm not doing anything. I'm just asking to Postbot to do a fixed test. It is analyzing. See here, the script is modified automatically because whatever the expected that I have given is there is a the deviation. So that's why it is fixed over here. Okay, like that you can use the fixed test feature to update your the scripts as well. Okay, so now I'll save it. I'll go to the Postman jobs here. Here it is. This is only sample because your expected is correct, but response is coming is different means there is a deviation means that is a true failure. Okay, so such scripts that you cannot update it, you don't need to update, but only for a demo purpose, how we can the fix it without ever human effort. So there is another one. Finally, I'll just show you. Okay, I have shown you that one how to truncate. Another one, validate job title as this one. Let's see. So here in the response, if you see here, this one, right? This actually in the response, it is coming it as a blank. This one. Okay. Mm, I'm just giving this one. Validate job title as a this one. See here. Here it is written automatically this one. You don't need to write, hey, how I can take and what is the method, what is the syntax. Even I'm not looking at that one. Automatically it is the created. Now the test will fail because the response has zero that one. I mean, it has a, the trailing space. So if you go to this one, run job again, say assertion error, evangelist, but equal to this one. It has space is there here. Okay, if you see here, the space is here. So what I have to do is, so because it is a dummy API, there might be a chances that we have that one. So what we have to do is, okay, what I have done is, I wanted to, trim those spaces. So what is the prompt that I have used over here is truncate spaces in the job title. So I did this some multiple times and I came to know that one correct prompt and I have given. So not one or twice I have given. Truncate spaces in the job title variable. So you don't know syntax, how to truncate that one. Okay. Even if you don't know um, the particular language also, you should be in a position to update the script. Here, it has given this one and trim. It is trimming that title. Okay. So equal of respond dot title. So what it will does is now it will the test will pass. I'll go to the Postman jobs. See here. See. So here. Mhm. So we have given the the prompt to the trim the this one. That's why it is showing the this one. It is a trimming of the this one. Let me go to the once again. Job title does not contain this one and how what it is coming here is this one and this one again equal to this one. Okay. Now we have to change the prompt, not variable. Data test trim. Let's see. Okay, now what I'll do is I'm saving this one. See here. I'll have to go to this one and then run again. Now it is passed. Okay. Earlier we have given the variable name, but here we have given the uh, this particular. So this is the prompt that we have given. See here. See here. Write a test to trim title to validate with the API. This one. So what it does is respond the data dot title it trim and it is validate with this one. Okay. So earlier we have given is only just trim the title we have given. So that's why it is trim that one. But the expected value that we have not given that's why it is failing in this area. Okay. So that's how we can the generate the text based on the prompts. See, without knowing the language also you can take the help of Postbot and you can generate. But so if you know the language of the particular the tool and so you can generate a very effective test. I think you know the advantages by having the knowledge of something, right? So we cannot completely eliminate knowing the particular language. The only advantage is you can create effective and you can quickly fix it your test. Of course this is only single, but you have complex APIs will be there, complex validations have to be performed. In such case your knowledge definitely useful. That's why we are saying that one augmented. It's not, we are not saying total eliminated, we are saying the augmented. Okay. Mm. The name having the augmented means instead of generating your scripts, two scripts in a 4 hours, you can quickly generate four scripts in a 1 hour base. Okay, so that is how we can take the technology advancements in our day-to-day delivery executions. Okay. So this is about the quick demo on the Postbot, and in future, I think in the coming months, I'm monitoring this particular component assistant, and I'm going to deliver in detail course the techniques to use this particular the assistants. Definitely, my analysis and my course will be useful for the next AI assistants in different open source or the commercial tools. So be watchful. So let me switch over to the deck. So I have shown you this path, how it is going to be augmented. So we have created the scripts. At the time of creation scripts, we have taken the help of this one, and during the maintenance and while fixing the particular code, also we have taken the help of this one. So as of now, I don't know anything about the JavaScript, for example, but I'm in a position to create the scripts and execute and perform the assertions validations. Okay, so that's the one I'm going to bring onto the table. Now let's. So this is my only thus my view, and don't take this as a um, a stand that yeah, it will give, but it's a depends on your need and depends on how best you can use this particular assistant so that you will get the results. Okay, so my view is here you can generate the basic test. Suppose you have already your collections are available, you do not have time to anything, and you can quickly go to and you just add test, it will generate. So that itself is gives the confidence saying that within a 1 year, 1 hour, you should be in a position to create tests for all the 100 APIs that you have already in the collection without any modifications that you can do it. Okay. So that is one thing. And diversified validations through prompts. Yeah. So here we have seen, right? We have validated the string and we have validated the uh, 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 the company value, particular field values like that we have validated, right? So you can create a number of assertions based on your requirement. You can do the code fixes by prompt, and it will analyze the your failures and it will give the fixes automatically. It does the fixes, and also auto documentation. Yeah, I have not shown you auto documentation. So it will be 1 second. Let me switch over to here. Suppose here you are on this one, right? So I'm just pulling up the this one. So here is the thing. See here, Autodoc. When you click on this one, it will generate the documentation. See here, it has given the uh, status code, content type, what it is, and what is the purpose of this one. Suppose I'm going to this one. Okay, I will pull up this one and this one. Suppose if you have a number of parameters, right, it will add the parameters and it will show what are the parameters it has. See here. So total the JSON structure and the schema, everything based on our test, it has given the documentation. Okay. For example, it has the results, right? I want visualize its response how it is. So it will generate one the scripts for here. See, it will ask for the table or line format or bar. So for example, I will take the as a bar graph. See here. So here the Postman 21, this one, it has given the company's Postman company wise, it has given the result. Suppose I I I want in a tabular format. Okay. So as a table. So this is useful based on your need. You can use this particular feature. See here. See, he has given all the 24 records in the tabular format. Okay. So this is how we can visualize, and in this one automatically the script is created only based on certain APIs. You may use it, otherwise you can remove this one. So that's about the documentation, and then your response visualization. That has its, and what I'm talking about over here is about the value adds. You can see the scope for API testing at ease, opportunity to explore techniques to achieve more in less time. Okay, so you have more number of tests. Yeah, you have to devise certain techniques so that you can effectively generate your tests, and space for easy maintenance. So I have shown you one simple the maintenance, how I can the fix media fix for that one, the trim or correction, those things. And scope for overall efficiency gains means how we can save our time overall. I'm not talking about, see, now we have generated one script within a fraction of the 5 minutes. Okay, you have not done any study, you have not done any syntax or anything, and you have created. Okay, so by if you know the language, and you can easily find out if the, in case if it is generating any wrong test. Why it is not generating wrong test means this particular model is being trained multiple times until it reaches the fine-tuned model. since it is a vendor, they have their own team, they have own data sets, and they know what kind of prompts it will come, with respect to the Postman side. Based on that one, it is generating, and also it will take the test. It is being asking for the generation. Okay, so that's about the results. My analysis. This is the scope, and definitely if your assignments have, then definitely you can. But I love that one. I like, the Postman is the giving uh, the trial period, unlimited trial period, but you can use it. But if you're using the multiple n number of prompts, right, it will end up your the trial session. Okay, so you can get practice. It is still under evaluation phase, and they are going to add a lot many features. And because we have a cycle, so far it is this one. I'm looking for how they are going to support in the pipelines building up, etc. and all. I am preparing my notes, and might be I'm going to send those inputs to the Postman, so that in future, if really those valuable, they may going to add it. I have habit of providing the inputs to the vendors. What are the commercial tools that I'm working on? So Postman also have certain ideas by exploring the Postbot. Let's see. Very soon I'm going to publish detailed course on another platform. That's my next venture. Uh, let's see. Keep watch my channel so that you'll get updates. So this is the conclusion that I'm making today. Okay, I believe this session have given has given a overview on AI assistant, which have talked in the my AI session, and followed by this Postbot the session. And basically this is on the GenAI model. I have been looking for a model which supports our relevant field. In another field, marketing and financial and other multimedia platforms, I'm seeing, and generating the images, I'm seeing. But what is the model which relevant to the test automation side? I'm eagerly looking for that one. Based on my analysis, I found out this particular assistant. I went to the Postman site and did a analysis, and I come to a conclusion. Okay, this is going to be the right model for our mm, field. That's why I have published this one, and I came to a the conclusion saying that this is the GenAI model, and relevant to the API script implementation. And definitely there are other commercial tools. For example, Tricentis also came up with a GenAI model, that is Copilot. I'm exploring that one as well. Soon I'm going to publish. So this is the one that I have prepared and published. So that's I have a conclusion on this one. Okay, thanks team. Thanks for your time and watching this session. And keep watch, and monthly 2 sessions I'm going to publish, because my schedule is not allowing more than that one. Okay, so if you have anything, you can send me an email or drop me comments in my channel, so that I'll take a look at it. uh, thanks for your time, and thanks for watching this session. Take care. Bye.